Buckingham Palace adamantly denied Harry's request to lay a wreath on his behalf on Remembrance Day. Prince Harry's Remembrance Day row, sparked by Buckingham Palace denying his request for the royal family to lay a wreath on his behalf, was analysed by royal commentator Anne Gripper. The palace announced that the Queen will attend this year's Remembrance Sunday service at the cenotaph, despite her recent health scare. It was confirmed on Thursday that the monarch will join the royals at the annual wreath-laying service, with the palace noting that as usual, Her Majesty will view the service from the balcony of the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office building. The Queen's attendance had been in question after she was hospitalized last month for some preliminary investigations and advised by her medical team to rest. The monarch returned to work at Windsor Castle the following day, but carried out light, desk-based duties and cancelled her attendance at the COP26 climate summit. Last year's Remembrance Day service had a number of notable absentees, including Prince Andrew, who missed the annual service after stepping back from royal duties. Harry was also absent for the first time, in the wake of his and Meghan Markle's decision to quit the royal family in early 2020. The Duke of Sussex, who served in the army for 10 years, allegedly asked for the firm to lay a wreath on his behalf at the ceremony, but the request was denied by Buckingham Palace. The move by courtiers caused a stir at the time, and allegedly added to tensions between the firm and the Sussexes. However, royal observers argued at the time that royals never lay out a wreath as a sign of personal respect, but instead of the respect of the public or an organization. For example, the Queen lays out a wreath on behalf of the nation rather than performing the act as a personal gesture. In November last year, Ms. Gripper read out comments by Gemma from the Instagram account The Royal Edit, who made this very point. She wrote, "I think it's really important to remember that members of the royal family aren't laying wreaths at the cenotaph personally, but rather on behalf of others. For example, Her Majesty's is on behalf of the nation. This year Prince William's was on behalf of the RAF and Anne's was on behalf of the Navy. So it wouldn't make sense for Harry to have one laid for him personally. It's always organizations or the public." The whole thing, the alleged request and then the reaction to it, seems to be missing this quite important point. Mr. Myers appeared to wholeheartedly agree with the account's take, exclaiming, "Precisely." Ms. Gripper also claimed that the cenotaph is a public monument, so if Harry wanted to pay his personal respect he could have a wreath laid at any time. It did not need to be a public ceremony. She said, "I think that if Harry wanted to lay a wreath at the cenotaph, it doesn't have to be as part of that ceremony. The cenotaph is there, it's on a public road. After the official ceremonies happen, people can lay wreaths. It is a public memorial, and when I was in London a couple of weeks ago there was a wreath of sunflowers that someone had left there, which was beautiful. If he wanted to leave a wreath and pay a private respect he could have done so, but it didn't need to be as part of the ceremony." Last year, while the royal family gathered at the cenotaph, Harry and Meghan paid their respects in a private visit to the Los Angeles National Cemetery. The couple left flowers on the gravesite of 2 Commonwealth soldiers and placed a wreath at a memorial obelisk. Soldiers and